Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to the heat-soaked plains of Industries of Titan. I've lost track of how long this map has been in heatwave. I really have, but I think it's just a symptom of this biome, which interestingly I've got a couple of opinions on. So, welcome back. We are racing the clock against our Rebel Pirates threat. Why am I saying Rebel Pirate? It's two things that are basically the same thing as far as this game is concerned, Rebel Threat. But yeah, there was a few comments on the last episode about this biome and how it looks. One mine, one from Tanya in Discord. Tanya thought that this place looked orky, like very green. And I can see some grounds for that, like green is a very orky thing. This place has green mists occasionally. And there's certainly a lot of green rocks on the ground. So I can see where you're coming from with that one. But honestly, when I started, I thought it wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't trip over my own tongue at some point. Right. Once that was mentioned and I started thinking along the lines of 40k, it's like orcs tend to prefer more lush, vegetated terrain. In particular, fungus, because orcs have a fungoid-based reproductive system. So, yeah, this is rather desolate for an orc place, unfortunately. But I was drawn to these, the glowing green irradiated sludge pools, and that made me think of Tyranids, because Tyranids have this habit of dumping green goop all over the place. So that it looks like it could be like Tyranid infestation kind of place. Or, the other thing I thought of was like the spawning pools of Zerg in StarCraft, which are also filled with the nondescript green goo. So, if Titan has an infestation of either of those, it's probably a bad sign, but just thought I'd mention that. Let's unlock you now, we've got enough artifacts. And let's get to it. One thing I have done is I've queued up extra waste storage, I've queued up some more power plants, and just upgrading my capacity a little bit. But what I really need to kickstart my map here is actually going to be to get some citizens and subject them to the morphic influences of this foul Xeno sludge that's all over the place. Actually, we should be concerned about the green glow from the bottom of the crevice as well. It's like, it's glowing down there. What's going on down there? We don't know. The rebels probably know. They probably sent people down to explore, but they're not really talkative usually. Anyway, I have been staring at this map a little bit, and I think for safety I want to have my population over this way, even though it's close to the council hall. So that puts it between the two sets of mineral nodes. So I'll just have to move the mines carefully, and then I'll have my smokestacks over this way. So I think that's how I'll play it, just have my people tucked away in a bit more safety. Because losing people is a bit more of a pain to replace. Even though I'm doing great for actual council influence. I just need the resources first to build this stuff. And resources we can only get through time. So we shall accelerate and do the thing. Oh wow, I'm having fuel trouble. Oh dear. Looks like I need to upgrade you. It only cost me one of those though, so that's fine.
I went to meet up with Callie today, Dad. She lives in a huge apartment building. Seems like she's doing pretty good for herself. When I told the security guard I was looking for my cousin, he cracked up. Says everyone has a cousin on Titan. Callie said she barely recognized me. I'm all grown up, and I got the brain mod now too. Anyway, she's letting me crash on her floor for a while until I can save up for my own habitat pod. That's the main way people live here on Titan, these pods. Things are gonna go fine, Dad. Callie said this mod actually makes it easier for me to get certain kinds of jobs. I'll be in touch, okay?
Well, easy to get certain kinds of jobs. That's very true, especially since it's augmentation and pre-programming. I mean, I mention it every once in a while, but I guess I'm a bit of a futurist in that regard. Like, I can see a world where we go ahead and we develop like cybernetic implants and augmentation rather than just replacements we do now, and we start to use it. It's probably going to develop naturally, I think, because we are working to improve like replacement limbs, and we have artificial hips and pacemakers and things. So there's already small steps that way. But in our drive to improve like artificial replacement limbs, it will naturally improve the interface. And they are looking at like brain scanners and brain implementation as well. So that kind of thing. Augmented mental faculties. Unlike in Industry of Tyson, where it's like replacement faculties, where they actually deliberately interfere and override rather than just augment. So there's a fine line there. Now, of course, there's the fact we might drive ourselves extinct first, but you know, we do have to watch ourselves. Also, that is skyrocketing now. I do have to watch out for that. I do have plenty of power, though. What I really want is enough minerals to put together a ship, and then enough crew to, you know, actually deploy said ship. And following from our hard difficulty ones, we're going to have a ship before we can properly get credit income. So to be safe, I should actually just get a ship sorted out sooner rather than later. It's only going to be a small ship though, but we have got the 3 starter ones available to us. Oh, actually, if I pause, we have the influence. We can demand money from the council, and these cost they cost several thousand each to do. You know, we can't do it that way, sadly. We could unlock this one. 134 ship tiles. Yeah, that's a sizable upgrade, that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll harass the councils, give me money. That was the other one. There we go. And then I'll unlock that ship, and we'll go from there. Our first defensive ship will be a Skua GT. Oh, it's a Gran Turismo one. Where's the spoiler and go faster stripes? That's what I want to know. Our first wage slaves are here. Yeah, I think wage slaves is probably a fair term for it. I mean, I am one as well, so it's not discrimination, it's fact, unfortunately. Right, with that, we are going to be able to do office work pretty soon, but something I do need to do is pester the council for some more money real quick. Then I'm going to use that to meet my next pay period, and then when I meet my next pay period, I'll be able to actually forcibly modify these new residents into workforce. Yeah, I think that's the phrase for it, isn't it? Yeah, forcibly modify them. Yes. I'm almost at the point where I can put an office in as well to getting some money in general without having to pester the council for it. Not gonna lie though, having the option to do that with the council is awesome. It's very useful. It requires 6 to build those. Yeah, I'll use tier 3s for that. Slightly wasteful, but I'd rather have raw quantity number than use more than 1 mineral for each one, basically. Because I do need more minerals. I'm also watching that. Though, that said, I do actually have a ship ready to go. Let's have a look. This is the Wicked Io. So, basically we've got an evil moon. Oh, get out of there. You're not in there. Right. So, 6 people. Compared to the amazing messes we had before, this thing is actually not too bad. Though that said, I've just realised it has no spare power generation, does it? So it's not going to build up any spare power in its batteries because all 9 is being used by the rest of the thing. Let's turn that off just so that it'll start building up some reserve power. We'll re-enable them when we need to launch it. Turn them off, yes. That might be a slight issue with the design, but it felt good to just whack a ship together without having to worry about its overall internal structure. That was quite nice. I don't have enough spare power now to do the thing. I will request some more credits. 500 credits, that's enough for my workforce. It is. Then I can use the money to unlock my power plants, because that was a bit of a mistake forgetting to do that. The full-fledged power plant is just so efficient compared to the internal ones I've filled factory 4 with. I mean, look, I've filled this thing up completely. Not that great. Also expensive. I want those minerals back. Right, it is time to recruit more peoples to my cause. Yes, it is time. We have the artifacts, we have the conversion rooms, we have the power, we have the peoples. The last and least important part of making my loyal servants. Or something. I don't know. I would like to point something out quite interesting though. You know how we found out an episode or so back that workers that are assigned to a ship actually don't count as existing, so it reduces my rebel threat level? It turns out you don't have to pay the workers on the ship either, so my staff wages have gone down because I staffed the people in the ships. Anyway, transmission.
Oh yes, I've heard, Dina. Balric diverted his investment fund from my brother to me. I'm glad he's seen reason. Woo. I'm sure Ren is having a conniption, too. That's always a nice bonus.
Vindictive much?
See, this is why you do things my way. Not a single bullet was shot, and we all get to walk away clean. You know, people love to give me grief for the way I handle things on Titan, but I always come out on top, don't I? Come on, Renna, don't be such a coward. Why are you such a doormat, Renna? You get left in the dust like this, Renna. There's power in making people like you, and in making them believe that you like them. But so many people forget this, and they stick to pulling out their guns and taking the fast and easy way. I'll never forget, which is why, when everyone else is dead and gone, I'll be the one left standing. Well, that's enough chit-chat for today. I have a rapidly expanding empire to run, you know? Send off those contracts to Balric by the end of today, alright? I'm counting on you. Bye-bye.
She's very self-confident. And entitled. And convinced that everything will go her way. Yeah, I can't say I'm too fond of her. Anyway, click the button. Yeah, that's... Every time I have to do it this way, I'm reminded why I like to unlock the external conversion center, so I just click on one of those out there and then just run it that way through. Just so I don't have to do it, zoom in to do it. It's like 2 extra button clicks I saved myself. Amazing, isn't it? And my rebel threat keeps going backwards a little bit. Not entirely sure why. I guess it's because while they're being converted, they don't count as citizens, so the game counts it as being people that don't exist, that are in limbo in my city, I guess. Wow, this that's a detail to the game that feels slightly unfinished. If there's this group of people that don't count towards anything, like the people on the ships, I don't pay them to do their job. Why? They to the rebels, they cease to exist. Why? For some reason, just having the physical equipment and the ship itself does count, but the crew does not. It's weird. Oh, I just find little things like that too funny sometimes. On the other hand, I'm going to have a bit of a waste problem, so I do need that smokestack real soon. Yeah, taking up a little bit. I do need more people though. And I'll get that smokestack, I think, is my next building now. I've got a power plant so that I can afford to run an office as soon as I get the minerals for it, and then it'll be like ready to go, but we do need to do something about the waste.
It's my personal mission to ensure mine is the last face you see before perishing, Founder.
I don't know, I think I'll see other faces before I perish, just not yours. Regardless, Freedom K1 versus Wicked IO. We are on normal, so we'll see how this goes, but this should be enough for this one most definitely, because that's all we've got. Also, it's 2 large lasers versus 1 small laser. Gee, I wonder who's going to win this one. Also worth noting, they have no... Oh, I forgot to turn on the lasers. I said I was going to turn them back on once it had built up a battery charge, but I forgot to do so. You can take them from the med bay, I'll turn that back on, but this ship has like 4 spare crew knocking about for repairs and whatever. Anyway, I'll just tell it to make sure the laser stays down and to disable the... well, to tag whoever's doing the work in the meantime. Their ship's fast, but if I keep crippling its power as well, it's going to have a very bad time. And that's all we need to do. Oh look, it's attacked me. One thing about my ship, it's easy to repair most of it. I wish I could say this is a grand spectacle, our 2 ships, but honestly, this game, I think it's a bit of a disservice how few the weapon systems are. Like, if this was actually a big capital ship, like it had the individual turrets and things on it, like turret hard points on the outside, I think that would have been cool, but that's one of this aspects of this game that's a little bit on the minimalistic side. Oh look, we won! What a shock.
So you do have some fight in you, do you?
I do, yes.
Look forward to our next skirmish, Founder.
Whatever you say. Bye-bye. And 87 credits to fix the ship, that's absolutely fine. I do need to get some more minerals refined, but that's wasting on this stuff to get sorted out. So this is... This is why I normally go for logistics sooner rather than later, because honestly, beyond anything in the early game, as soon as you can, you should get logistics so you can get trucks, because the trucks are just so much better for getting materials to and fro. I mean, even the basic truck without any upgrades is still 3 times what these guys can carry, because these guys can carry like 1 resource crate each, so it takes a lot to do some big stuff. Ah, the cloud seeders are starting up. The black smoke shall bellow forth, and part of my waste problem shall be alleviated. You know what, I'm going to merge those straight away as well, using basic resource, because I've actually got a bit of a glut right now. And so it begins. The Tyson we know and love, and honestly I think one of the bits I like most about this game. The road network's going in. By the way, you know how they dig into the terrain? I like how in the description it says that these sunken roads are actually done for convenience. It's entirely so that they don't actually block the trucks with a pedestrian trying to cross the road. Because the simple act of a few moments stopping a truck from leaving a building, so a pedestrian walks past, costs thousands and thousands of credits to the company in question, apparently. So just to save that, they dig these massive holes in the ground and call them roads. Just one of those little bits of lore. I have 1 worker assigned to do like shunting stuff to the smokestack to be burnt, and apart from that, everyone else is set to clean up waste before they do smokestack duty, so we'll see if 1 guy can keep on top of that. That's so. If we have a look, trucks can currently haul 3 waste a time, though I do plan to upgrade that as soon as possible. And I'm thinking a dedicated storage just for waste is probably a good idea as well, just to give them a massive overflows capacity, and because storages like that are cheap. Also, look, we have money. We have mucho money. Ignore the cardboard boxes and things just like scattered all over the buildings. That is temporary, I assure you.
Founder, how have you been? We're doing very well over here in power systems. We've been hiring a lot of engineers and employee pilots over here recently. I've been leading that initiative personally. We're finally able to attract talent from neighboring cities, Founder. We're getting a good reputation. I wanted to thank you personally for believing that I could become the kind of manager I am today. For now, I'm glad to keep learning here, but I do think that in a while, I could see myself going even higher up the chain. Not replacing you, Founder, no, but maybe running my own city. I've been watching the work you do closely. Give me a couple years, 3 at most, and I'll be ready. Here on Titan, running a city is the dream. And I got a dream as big as I possibly can.
Ew, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have encouraged her. I shouldn't have given her that management position. Now she's setting her sights high. She wants to replace me. Ooh, we can't have that. She thinks she can be a better city worker than I am. No, I am the best city founder there is. Ooh. No competition. Must stamp it out. Have her firmly where she belongs. Below me, managing my power systems. Yes. Good for her, she's doing that. But that's also exactly the kind of empowerment and dreaming that Titan in this universe seems to be geared up to try and stamp out in favour of loyalty to the company. And as you can see, my resources are now starting to skyrocket now that I have more employees and things. So, expansion is starting to be the name of the game. We're starting to take off. Faster and faster. Let's check our goals. Have defensive turrets. Oh, okay. So we actually need guns as well. A monument centre, 6 factories. What would I do with 6 factories? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I have to try and think of something to do with those factories because there isn't actually that much variety of what you can put into it. Okay, you're done, so I'm just going to connect you two together. But yeah, we've got enough people. We're actually starting to deal with the waste situation a little bit. In fact, I need to upgrade the smokestack. And deal with pollution. For that I need credits, so that means that... Yeah, it rolls back to credits at the end of the day, doesn't it?
I will not rest until Titan is rid of the Council and all their pawns, you included.
Oh, we can't have that. 2 ships attacking, but we have a defensive turret, which will be online in a moment. And we also, of course, have our irritable moon over here as well. Which I think we'll send Wicked Io over to intercept this guy over here, another Freedom K1. We know that they can win that one. But that's also a Freedom K1, and it is... Is that within reach of the gun turret? I don't know. Guess we'll find out in a moment. Apparently it's a ship class, and it does randomize. Okay. Things I should note as I align this thing to take out... What are those? Oh, those are large energy relays, right. You know what, I'll have this one clip the power plant and the oxygen generator just to make life interesting for them. I've rearranged the batteries over here, so now I've got an extra generator, so this thing is net positive on charge. So that's that going on there. I've got a new turret. I've expanded slightly, as you can see here, including like ramping up some of my internal capabilities of power and stuff. There's nothing significant really happening. I do have a command center under construction over here, so I'm revealing this area of the map for future use. Mostly rock though, so nothing super interesting that way either. Go ahead. And the other thing of note, really, you're out of range, aren't you? Yes, you are. What's the upgrade cost? 36? I'll do that. I do have enough people running around right now that I'm okay. But the other thing to note is I am actually researching as well. I have a tech lab. Just the one right now, but it will expand. It will get bigger. Oh, that's on fire. I will not allow a pointless fire to stop this run. Though I might lose power to my transport hub, the way it's going. Just as well, that one doesn't actually rely on that node, it relies on that node there, so that's okay. Oh no! Remember, this is normal mode. Enemy damage isn't actually that severe. Got to remember that one. I could... Well, it's normal mode, so I could probably quite happily work on turrets. Like that one over there, which is currently shooting my little guest. I think that's the first time in this series I've actually upgraded a military turret. Like, at all. Oh well. That said though, there is a level 3 enemy turret over there, so I do want to be careful around that. Oh, you're done? Okay. Just come and join. We're almost ready to get a second ship though.
This loss is a lesson, and when I am victorious, I will remember it.
Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Forgive me if I'm not that inclined to believe it. Yeah, see what I mean? There's some isotopes and minerals, but it's mostly just rocks around here. Not readily accessible either. I mean, the main route for me to get a road over there is like actually down this way, past my isotope range, so that'll need another command center in that area too. Eh. Well, I should just go ahead and survey everything, to be honest, shouldn't I? Let's do that.
Paz, I'm sorry, I can't approve this time off request. We're shipping 5 recruitment ads this week. I need you here in the office. If you really want to be at the funeral that badly, we can get you there with a telepresence drone. But I don't have time to send you all the way back to Mars during our biggest media push of the year. You know what this job is about. It's about making Titan the richest, strongest, most productive place in the system. It's about making Titan a place where your kids can grow up to be powerful participants in capitalism. Wouldn't you rather your kids grow up owning a factory here than working for the man on Mars? I know things are hard right now, but we'll get through it. Oh, and you must check out those telepresence drones. It's like you're really there.
From here to Mars, wouldn't there be a bit of a time lag though, just saying? Yeah, here you might own a factory. Back there you're working for the man. As if the man here doesn't mean the corporations. And me, since I'm part of the upper echelons of a corporation. Or, well, actually no, I guess I'm more like a middle management, aren't I? Yeah, that's probably more accurate. Also, more science. What are you? You are... stores a bunch of fuel. Yeah. An upgraded fuel silo probably holds more than that, and it wouldn't cost me like 7 artifacts to activate. No way in heck I'm paying that.
Hey, Founder. Sorry, feeling a little pissed off today. Forgive my, sharp edges. Just took a call from my daughter. Yeah, I got kids. I got 2 daughters back on Earth. I was a great dad. They don't see it that way, but I was a damn great dad. They never had to live in a pod. They had, like, pets. I bought them a tank lizard or something. But they were honestly glad when I moved off to Titan. We argue all the time now about the worst stuff. Listen, my older daughter's letting her teen kid get a brain chip to teach him to dance. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Oh, there we go.
No tech company's gonna hire someone with an entertainment chip in their head. One day he'll regret it. The human brain can only take so much modding before it falls apart like cheese with holes. Letting a teen install fun hardware in his brain is ridiculous. Anyway, my daughter and I start arguing about that. Oh, you never let me do what I wanted, blah, blah, blah. It gets nasty. Sorry, Founder. We'll have to talk some other time. I'm gonna go blow off some steam in the lab.
Well, that's fair. I mean, it depends on the strain placed on the mental faculties, I suppose. How much modding it can tolerate / adapt to. But yeah, being able to install fun things like that, that goes back to what I was saying earlier about being able to like have a preset set of skills you could get at least academically through a chip like that, or like a neural mod. Though there would be a difference between what the machine part knows and what your organic part knows, so you'd still have to like get the hands-on experience to really use that, I think, rather than like all that coming in pre-programmed, because it wouldn't quite be there. Also, you got to have the experience to back it up. Like, if something happens that the chip doesn't have, then what the hell are you going to do? The machine can't have everything. But yeah, this one implies though only so many chips you can put in. Also implies once you put a chip in this world, you can't take it back out again. That's it. You're stuck with it, and that goes toward whatever your mythical modding limit is. So, makes you wonder really what they can do, and if there's any upgrades available which can increase that limit. Though, as he said, only so many can be taken before your mind starts to fall apart. So, yeah. That's fair, I suppose. Anyway, in the background, I was going to save it until we hit an actual combat, but then we had a couple of like radios and things, so that's worn time down a bit for this episode. We're actually about at episode time now. For next ship, I have unlocked the biggest hull available outside of research. Cost me 7,000 credits to sort out, and I've got 11,000 more just in the time taken to gather materials to build this thing. So yeah, mineral processing is not caught up because I'm still running on the same double-sized factory for that. But we now have ourselves a really big, beefy ship. Not only for defense, but also to deal with this, because it's got a treble, it's got, I think, 2 defensive ships over here as well. Stuff like that. We're also having a few issues with supplying enough fuel, so we need to increase fuel intake. So that needs expansion. I think I'm this way, because there's a ton of zethane over this way. Yeah. Also, we have found ourselves a monument we can get for that victory condition, but it's not in a defective. It's in a defective zone. It's not in a defensive zone. There we go. So I kind of want to hold off on that a little bit, because if it gets damaged and blown up, then what we're going to do, honestly, and it doesn't say how many hit points it'll have once it's fixed up either. But yeah, we've also got a road down this way as well, just ready for that. Just do that. So yeah. Lots of new ruins and stuff, but command center up this way is, I think, what's going to be next. Is going to be running on this road here. In fact, since we've now got the ship defense ready, I have no qualms with expanding that way either. We just need to make sure it has power. Oh yeah, we also got an upgrade at some point to increase our HQ range. I completely forgot about that. So that's something that needs to be done. Our tech tree is actually, once again, being quite helpful. It's very useful to try and pick that up. Anything else? Nope, just that was it for in terms of structures, because this area is claimed by the filthy rebels. In fact, I could, before attacking this, I can buy that turret out from under them. So yeah, that would work quite well. Corporate power strikes again. I think to make best use of that, about there, yeah. Up against this crack, it looks like there's a full-scale fissure over there, which is a pretty decent source of zethane. So I'll tell it to build one up there. That said, though, we are actually running short on materials. Notice we're out of advanced minerals. We've only got like 130 odd raw tier 1s. Refining is going slow, as I said, but it's like we are depleting slowly but steadily. So we do have to watch out for that as well. Prioritize that, please, because I want that out of the way. But we've basically got a lot of stuff going on. This is our current city as it is. Not very orcish, not very tyrannid infested looking, but it is a site. It is our capital. It is decent, actually. So I quite like how this game looks. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Looks good. That said, though, I have to end it there, though, I'm afraid, because time. So we'll have to pick this up next time when we get our big ship launched. I'm going to leave it sitting in the bay so you don't see it just yet. just quote-unquote content. Not that that's that impressive. I think we've seen that hull previously, but yeah. Anyway, this has been Mark3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual headbats I also crave. And we'll catch you all some other time. Yes. Also, very quick shout out to Clint. Thank you for what you said to me last weekend. I did appreciate it, and I'm glad you are enjoying this particular series. And yes, I will continue to try not to let my entire city burn down. That's 2 separate people who have asked me to try and avoid that so far. But I just want to watch the world burn! I want to watch the flames, they are pretty. Oh, so pretty.